And we're live, back with my boys, Fresher Luke and J Money. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Hello. Hello.
Wait, is it J Money or is it J Dollar? What do you go by, or is it you just kind of all varieties? Let's just talk J plus currency.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Unfortunately, all the other ones were taken, so it had to be $J.
Are you gonna come out with a new crypto called J-Coin?
That would be awesome. I made one. The coin I made was called Vault Coin.
See, that doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it did. It was the first time. Try to make it. It's quite easy.
Yeah.
But
If it was so easy, why isn't everyone doing it?
Well, you got to be able to have something to sell, I imagine.
Oh, all right. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying, Lucius?
I was gonna say, did you manage to actually exchange it for anything?
No, it's like insanely expensive to put on exchanges and to get recognized and things like that.
Are you mining? Are you still mining yourself? Are you like
I
creating more and more?
Well, it got so hard to mine because I have 2 miners with 6 GPUs. But the difficulty is so much now, so that the power bill, the power bill, unless you're putting them in hydrophobic water, where the water is cooling itself. But other than that, you're fucking just buy it. The money you're spending on electricity, you could just buy the currency itself. So that's the wise choice.
Have you heard about Ethereum too?
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on with that. I think what it is next year around Bitcoin halving, when it goes from like 6 to 3 or whatever it is now, 6.5 to 3.25. That's when the new Ethereum layer 2 thing is going to happen. So I all the hype is always around the halving. So just wait for that.
Okay.
That don't mean it's not going to go up. I'm just saying, just wait for that.
So wait, is it an upgrade? I'm always confused about it. Like, do you have to upgrade if you have Ethereum? Do you have to upgrade it to Ethereum too?
So like Ethereum 2.0 is like Ethereum Classic.
Okay.
So it's like the same. I don't mean to keep saying like. I just noticed that it's the same thing, layering on top of it, but a true layering is coming next year sometime. It's going to make the protocols cheaper, which are anonymous exchanges like Sushi Coin and Uniswap and Orion Protocol. They're completely anonymous, and you can just swap your coins. But it's very expensive. And Ethereum is a software, but it's also a currency.
Yeah.
So it's an ingenious tool. However, you can't scale on that type of software with the amount of customers that want to use it. So like what Bitcoin did back in the day, because it's next to nothing to send Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. They have a thing called atomic swaps. And so back in the day, the Bitcoin address you got started with a number 1, and now it's like a 3, and there's another Bitcoin address.
3? What it is. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, and that's atomic. That's the atomic layering. And what that does is like, so say for example, if you don't want to be on exchange, but you have the Bitcoin.com wallet, you can just hit the swap button and exchange Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash, and there's like shit all for a fee. But if you do that on the Ethereum chain, it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And they are creating a new software on top of that software, which they are going to mimic the atomic parameters
that Bitcoin has.
Fuck, it's expensive.
Sounds like Fresher Luke. You should be on J Money's show. Sounds like to me. You can help. I was on it last week.
I know I missed it.
This guy went at the charts, man. He's just like showing graphs.
Too drunk.
And he just kept going and going and going.
I was like really tired. I was wiped out.
I'm lost on what he's doing, but it's his show. I'm gonna let him do what he does. And then like the chat was begging for somebody to cut him off, like, make it stop.
So what's today's show about, Lucius? Now that we
not gonna lie,
broken
I didn't really have time to do the research and everything that I normally do.
okay,
so
we can just chill and talk.
Yeah, there's always that. But I did see this, kind of looking for quick stuff, prepping here, and I like this. It was on Captain Chokeout's Twitter.
Oh, yeah. I saw
I
this.
want to buy those stickers.
It's like, damn, and I'm like thinking, damn, man, like it was somewhere around like $2 a gallon when Trump was in office, when where I'm at, and now it's like the lowest price you'll find is just under $3 for regular around here. But I like some of these Cali prices and stuff, dude. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like $5 a gallon. Get the fuck out, man! Like, walking to work.
The video, granted, she got out of a Porsche, but it was $8 a gallon on the California coast.
That's insane, dude. I don't know how people live out
there. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And she's like recording the three prices. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, man.
It's actually decent out here.
It's not. It's never been too bad. Like the only time, like it was bad. What was it, 2008 or whatever? Like pre-economic collapse. Like I think it was nationwide, man. Gas prices it was like $4 plus where I was at. And I was just like, fuck me, man, like $60 just to fill up my car, like half a tank or something. Like it was insane, like how much it was costing me. Like it wasn't even worth it. And then it like collapsed down below $2, except I wasn't driving at that time. And I was like, man, I'm missing out on these sweet gas prices. And yeah, it's been rock solid the entire Trump term. And that Keystone Pipeline, dude, I'm like, why would you get rid of it? Like, even environmentally, it's better than putting it on a fucking ship and sailing it across the sea, where if anything happens, like, that's fucking it, dude. It's fucking the entire environment over. It's in a pipe. You can shut it off. You can do something about it. But out at sea,
where we live, they just a year and a half ago finished the pipeline that goes to Florida. No problem. They went right under the fucking interstate. They ran it with the power lines in certain areas around here, so it doesn't even mess up trees. And it's all underground how they do it. It's impressive. So I don't understand.
It's just stupid. Like they think, and people don't realize like how much you need oil. Like it's like, I'd like to see you try one day without any oil products, byproducts, anything.
Oh yeah, like pharmaceuticals and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, yeah, everything. It's petrochemicals that give you your fucking food. It's your everything you wear usually has some kind of polymer or plastic or something to it, man. Like your fucking shoes, your fucking phone, toss it out, man. You'll never pick up another one. You want to save the environment? Start with your fucking self and then see how far you get. Like you'll be hating your life so quickly. Like it's invasive. It's everything. And it's like no blood for oil. Yeah, you bet people fucking fight for this shit, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
1 barrel of oil does like more work than you'll do your whole fucking life. Like the energy output, like crazy. And you're just pumping it out of the ground for like a couple cents.
Yeah, it's so cheap now.
Well,
they just they attacked the Saudi Arabian, that big giant oil field they attacked like a year or two ago. They fucking attacked it again with a drone. I guess like the drone's a missile, or like it drops the missile. I don't know.
Yeah, and just wait for that.
Drones are so cheap now. You can fuck up all those oil fields out there.
Yeah, wait for that to just be a fucking clusterfuck. Then you'll see things spiral out of control. And like, why would you get rid of something that's like an asset to everything you do? And we're back to haggling with OPEC and shit. Like what? Why would you do that? Why Why would you do that? And we know that they're lying about like their actual oil, like what they have, because it's like been years and years they report the same amount still being like underground, even though they keep pumping it out. And
oil is renewable underground. If the reserve pit is large enough,
well, maybe that's it.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and you don't. So it's like the water reserves here in California and all that. If Nestle doesn't suck them dry, they will always maintain themselves. And the oil reserves in Saudi Arabia and those other areas with the subduction zones and all that shit, they are in a specific area where like that bubble of oil underground is so large that if they just be good people, it will fucking last for infinity.
That doesn't
because
sound
oil
correct.
doesn't come from dinosaur bones. You know what I'm saying? That's not a true.
Well, where does it come from?
It's a natural decay of things it's a
natural
process that happens under the ground.
Yeah, of organic matter that decays.
It's not always dinosaurs.
I think we'll do some research on this and we'll bring it back next week.
Well, it's a breakdown of materials, like Luke was saying, like trees.
Yeah, but it takes millions of years.
Yeah, millions of years. But
that's what I'm
even
saying.
then, it's like
large enough.
But that doesn't. Even if it's large enough, like it's not infinite. Like eventually, you are going to run out.
We're poaching flat Earth territory with this, this bubble of oil. Like this infinite oil. You can get infinite oil, man, if you just
there's no such
so many lifetimes before Saudi Arabia runs.
If you literally suck it out with a straw, there might be infinite oil. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the other thing is, J Dollar, you're not taking into account the fact that obviously the population is continuously increasing over time. Like a couple of years, probably 10, 20 years ago, we had 6 or 7 billion people on this planet, and come up to today, we got 11 billion, and it's just getting higher and higher. So as more people populate the Earth, the more resources are consumed at a much rapid rate. So, and someone's sneezing. And
my daughter came back from school with this crazy ass cough.
Oh shit!
Oh.
You're gonna have to go to the camps, man.
You gotta
there's
go.
There's these lovely quarantine camps out in Australia. Luke was telling me all about them, man. He's like, yeah, my friend, he was back in Australia. He tells me they're really awesome. They're not that bad.
That isn't what I said at all. You are putting words in my mouth, Lucius.
Yeah, it's like it's a 2-week resort. Cool. You know, all inclusive.
It's not a 2-week resort. That's not what I said at all.
Well, I want to hit on what Luke was just saying. Like, I'm not a person who believes in overpopulations. Now so on all exponential charts in growth, there is a peak, and then, after you reach that peak, you have a downfall, or you have a lull, or a consolidation, whatever you want to call it. So, if you were to take all of the human beings in the earth and put them into one spot, just like the water,
they'd probably all die.
No, it doesn't account for much space. So like the story, like from Ferdin Gully, that all the trees are being cut down. That's like, that's just, it's making.
No, I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is consumption, right?
Yeah.
And efficiency, or lack of efficiency, I guess, in some cases.
I don't know, because the amount of land mass versus I get what you're saying. Like, obviously there's we've got so much land out there in the world, right? Like, theoretically you could give everybody like their own square plot of land and they could do whatever, like farm there or whatever.
Yeah,
but
you could get all of fucking Antarctica. It won't do you any fucking good though, because everything's frozen over.
And it's
the
other thing is like transportation, like getting stuff out there.
Yeah, you need to be able to actually live off of what's around you, and that's the real catch-22. You know, and look at like these places out in California or wherever, where it's just like they're the last stop on the irrigation system. and they're constantly losing. Like Vegas has the
Hey, go
problem
cough
of
over there, man.
the dam that's constantly losing water, and there's always somebody new on the city staff who's figuring out how we're going to get more water back in here. And it's like, you're not. You live in the desert. There's no more. And they're going through like a mega drought, and all these places are just like one good fucking natural disaster from being like a mass grave, like New Orleans, Katrina.
Well,
Look at that.
I mean, California is like long overdue for like the big earthquake.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, but is that true? So long overdue is in, how long of a time? So this is how I look at it. The earth is a sponge, correct? So the amount of trees so think about it from this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of trees that are growing now.
Wait. The earth isn't a sponge. The world is a vampire, okay? I thought we
So we have more trees now than we have in recorded history. But our carbon dioxide production through the industrial age, through certain industrial regions, is actually decreasing. So I'll give you an example. From Maine all the way down to here in Alabama. 70 to 75% of Alabama is all fucking forest.
Mm-hmm.
This state is a fucking forest. I live in a forest.
Do you live in a tree?
No, a forest. I live in a forest made of.
Yeah, but I mean, if you live in a forest, so theoretically you would live in a tree. What I'm saying?
So from all the way down here, from the Gulf of Mexico coast,
are you streaming from a treehouse right now, J Dollar?
I could be.
That'd be dope, dog.
But so I have a hard time believing all of the people that are used as examples for what's going on today. So my perspective is, if they're always lying to you, then why would you use the information that they gave you if you're not looking at college records, looking at abstracts and studies and such?
I guess because people are lazy and they're just like, well, they seem pretty sure about it, so I guess we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you guys see this today? Hold on, let me put it up.
Speaking of which,
but doesn't that make sense?
No, I think if YouTube is flagged for misinformation, you're going to get me stripped tonight.
Oh, really? All right.
I don't know. No, that's all right. It's mainly about.
I think I worded it correctly. We're a forest.
I'm pretty sure there's been more plant life on this earth in the past. Like there was like ages where there was so much plant life.
Recorded history.
Oh, okay.
All right. But anyway, speaking of California. Check this out. Such a lady in a gorilla mask like threw an egg at Larry Holder. When this guy comes in acting like a fucking tough guy.
It's so strange, man.
Jesus Christ.
Who's this guy?
So this is one of Larry Elder, sorry. That was one of his staff that just got fucked with.
Handled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like Gavin Newsom is getting replaced in California, and
theoretically, Larry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a really good documentary about Cory Booker called Street Fight.
New Jersey boy.
Yeah. Newark. He was
reckless little bitch.
Running for the mayor of Newark, and this is like 2006. And it was weird because he's Democrat, and the guy that's in the office is Democrat. It's like a Democrat runoff, and dude, you'll see the dirtiest shit like going down, like, and they'll talk about the entire campaign process. Like, you're basically buying people off all the fucking time, some way or another. You're buying them off. It's like these people would show up to events and be like, this cake isn't very good. I don't think I'm voting for him. Like they're handing them food. It's like you have to give them free shit. and like he kind of seems like the guy you want to vote for. Like he's like making the rounds early morning, he's talking to people, he's moving and shaking, but then you see like police like cracking down on people that put up signs for Cory Booker, like getting intimidation and threats. Even the film crew like gets like honed in on as they're doing the whole thing. It's like it's one of the like best ways to see like, and this is like the 2 decades ago almost. Like it's gotten even dirtier and even more fucked up since then. But like
I think it's gotten more chill.
You do?
To be honest with you. Yeah.
Wait,
So-
what strange reality do you live in, J Dollar?
Well, so back in the day, the unions were ran by the mafia. And like in New Jersey, all the way to Chicago in the loop capital, the mafia would bring in people on buses and they would take them to every voting location. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah, now they do it electronically.
Yeah, I feel like it's it's like they're bringing
like
it
why
back
why
in a
use
different way.
buses when you can just use zeros and ones, right?
And that's
Exactly.
so
We just pull ballots out of our ass.
In 1950, they actually made it so you couldn't see the names on the voter rolls anymore. So you have like a double-edged sword with that. So you can't necessarily verify everything, but you're also lowering the chances of intimidation. So, but how do you exactly fight cheating? If you're not making public the person who votes public record. So, you know, that voting has always been a scary fucking thing. Always. Barack Obama put out an interview last month or the month before, and he was basically saying in Barack Obama words, because he's a really good sophist, that Trump doesn't play by the age-old rules, and he's fucking the game up. And he's being very candid, but he the way Barack talks, he's always a fucking sophist extraordinaire. This motherfucker would have been awesome in Greece. They would have sucked his dick. And he's so good at what he does, but once you've been called out, you can't really do it anymore. So then you're just a lame duck the rest of your fucking life. It's like being the vice president. So. It's politics, man. Politics is so fun. It's so fucking fun because it's so dirty. It's the most corrupt shit in the world.
It's horrible. I hate politics.
Yeah, politics is for the dirty actors. It's for the ugly actors. And that's not mean like they're ugly. Gavin Newsom is one of the most ugly motherfuckers in the world. It's because of his family. And that's what that means.
Mm-hmm. So, either you guys made it out to the movie theaters and seen Shang-Chi?
Nah.
No?
Do you believe
I think we're missing out, man. I think we're missing out. Look at this. 92%.
Yeah, all right.
And then 98%.
I don't really watch Marvel movies anymore.
What if came out today?
Oh, the series?
So bad. I didn't watch it. I can't watch it.
What?
It's like this.
What did you say? You
on Disney Plus, the What If show comes out on Wednesdays, and it was the zombie one today.
I didn't see it. I didn't have time to catch it. Usually they do watch it before the show, but not today. Was it good or did it suck?
Only the Doctor Strange has been good so far to me.
I like the third one with the crazy yellow jacket dude that killed.
It was decent.
Like the Avenger, yeah, because that's to me like my favorite version of the what if stories, where it's like that's a massively different world that they're gonna have, where it's like the Avengers are dead, and where do we get our heroes to deal with this shit now?
We're gonna get the young Avengers.
Oh God, I hope
they're all gonna be children.
Yeah, they'll get Ironheart and all the woke Avengers.
Well, I guess we got $7.5 million profit.
Yeah, I don't. Shang-Chi. Ethan was saying that they did so much money. I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, I mean, there is that. Disney has been known to cook the books in the past, and they also do things where they they buy up tickets. They did that for The Last Jedi at one point, where they would just buy up tickets for screenings to help cook the books as well.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is tied to the Disney family.
Yeah, so I mean, look, if it did well, that's cool. Whatevs. I mean, I'm not interested in it. Like, you know, most Marvel movies are kind of boring. I guess I prefer more the DC movies these days.
And advertisement. Advertisement is they spend a lot on advertisement, sending that
Yeah.
little crazy boy around.
Budget. All right. Thanks, Elgago.
I don't think for a minute it made Wikipedia. Yeah, we got the brackets. But I don't think for a minute it made that much money.
Wait,
no one
so
talked about it. No one talked about it.
if its budget was 150 to 200 and the box office is 157, I guess this thing is breaking even?
I just wonder, like, does no one know? Like 152 million, is this people having to guess? Like, no one has to
Well, I'm
like that's
assuming,
a wide margin to like
yeah.
$50 million off. Like, that's pretty fucking big.
Well, I
but-
mean, that's probably like that margin probably includes advertising.
yeah, I'm just kind of like, that's a pretty wide margin. Like, I don't know, like I think back to like the Lewis Black joke about the weatherman, and like he's
Yeah.
like, Al Roker called for like 6 inches of snow and it was 2 feet or something, like 6 to 12 inches is what he said, and it was like 2 feet or something. He's like, even giving him the entire benefit of the doubt, you're off by a whole foot, you fucker. Like, it's just like he uses like it's the easiest job because you just make it up.
So
Broke even
back in the
change.
day, they used to spend 3/4 to the whole budget on advertising. Has it gone down that low?
Yeah, because of social media.
What's crazy is that they'll
Crazy.
like if I play the fucking trailer, that's it. And, like, I get struck. Like on,
Yeah.
it's like that's free fucking advertising.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you do that?
That's YouTube, dude. Just put it on YouTube and people get hyped.
Yeah, but they strike it down. Like, you guys, this is like one of the biggest ways you can just get out there. And I guess it works on recorded videos, but not live videos, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, see how Gogo says that Endgame. Yeah, see, now that's a profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a B next to it, made profit.
But
I
you-
don't believe for a
I would
second.
put every like movie before it as part of that budget in a way, because it was like the buildup of all of that. Like,
Sure.
I don't know if anything's ever gonna reach those heights. Like anything, like is gonna reach those heights again. I think like Lord of the Rings was pretty big.
Yes.
I don't know, was Matrix big?
Yes, it was.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
it was pretty big, yeah.
Harry Potter was probably big, but I mean,
The
like,
Hulk was pretty big, the first one back in the day, even though it didn't make a lot.
it's like, will you ever have that setup where it's like 10 years of like movies kicking ass on their own, building up to that like final one, and it's like the critical mass of the whole thing. Like, I don't know that you could repeat that, and enter COVID pandemic bullshit criteria now, and plus everything's like pretty much on demand in a week or two. Like, it's crazy. I don't know that they'll ever be able to do that again.
Shang-Chi, 45 days. That's all they're keeping it in the theater.
Mm.
That's a month and 2 weeks. Month and a week and a half.
Dude, there's times where like I'm like seeing shit on DVD. I'm like, that was like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Like, you're
Well,
just like, that was
That's like
out.
Suicide Squad Part 2. Everyone was hyping it up going to see it in the movie theater, and it was on HBO Max the same night.
Oh, that's, yeah, they Warner Brothers made some sort of deal with HBO Max with
So
their,
they're
gonna do
their
that
new
with
release
all of
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
same,
that was
same
Godzilla
company,
versus
though.
Kong. Oh, they're all owned by the same
Yeah,
like umbrella corporation. Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
But I understand, like, it's only gonna be like it was meant to be like, we're sitting on all these movies, the theaters
Yeah.
are still shut down,
out,
we
yeah.
got to do something, and that was like
Fair
their
enough.
fix. So I think it's for a year they'll do that, and then they'll renegotiate, redo it. So one of the things I felt like giving you an off week last week, Luke. About
Really?
about your hometown, your home country, your home nation, man.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm down. Let's go.
And I just thought, what would happen if we just type Australia into? I did Google
It's
News
Google News.
and just take a look through these titles here. So, COVID zero is no match for Delta. I'm guessing this is their passport branding here. Australia's insane COVID rules are warning to the rest of the free world.
Okay.
Australia's contacts with Pfizer draw scrutiny.
Yes.
High Court rules media liable for third-party content on Facebook pages. Yeah,
That's old.
Yeah. Coal beyond 2030. All right.
That's really interesting because back in the day they were trying to sell the idea of clean coal, which is an oxymoron.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's I'm not sure if it's national here, but I know like at the gas stations I go to, it's like, oh, it's 10% ethanol. And it's like you actually have to burn more gas to put the ethanol into the fucking gas.
Yeah.
You just had standard gas. Like it's a big setup where people just make money off of it. Like the corn lobby makes money, and then oil people like are using more oil. Like everyone's like making money off of these deals they make, wasting energy and money to make it seem like it's good for the environment. It's like, okay.
Well, I mean, the Australian coal industry does it differently. They don't even bother doing that. They just say, "Oh, clean coal. We're doing clean coal, guys." Everyone goes, "Oh, yeah, all right, whatever." And they go about just doing the same thing as they used to. So,
let's look at an op-ed. Things are not as they should be in Australia.
Yep, that seems about right. Yep.
What happened over there, J Money? What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on there, J Money?
My daughter is playing her game.
Okay. Is it what kind of game? That's what I want to know.
She's not 18. It's a shooter game. I don't know, some fucking bullshit. But right. So my concern is like population of Australia is less than California. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah, population of California is like 40 million. Australia is less than 25.
I think it's like 35.
I mean, maybe today. But what I'm saying is all of the anarchy that's on the news, like, watch the police are being so terrible. I mean, they're being terrible. Here.
Dude, the police are always terrible.
Yeah. But, it's a prison colony country, so.
All right, 25, I was wrong.
Yeah, 20. Yeah. Hey, yeah, spot on, 25.
There you go. Good work.
California.
39. All right.
40 million. Well, it's 2019, so you may be right. Maybe lower, maybe higher. But what I'm saying is, like, you could almost fit 2 Australias in California. And
yeah, of course, it's the ass end of the world.
Yeah, and then like Britain is the same thing. They don't even have 100 fucking million people. They don't even have 75 million people.
You want to know something interesting? Tokyo is the most highly densely populated city in the world.
India,
and
China,
that's like smaller than both Britain and Australia.
Yes, that's another insane thing to comprehend.
Yeah.
And that's what I find so annoying. It's like when you see, like, say for example, someone on the British side gets married and the royalty it'll take over all of Americans' news.
Yeah.
All of them. Take it over.
I actually don't think Americans give a shit about the British royal family.
We don't care. They don't care at all.
But Australians do for some fucking reason.
Chicks do. Well,
what I'm saying is the
some
news
chicks.
is like
some chicks.
They're all over it.
Yeah.
And their country, not only can you fit like 3 or 4 UKs in Texas, but the population is smaller than Texas.
Yeah.
So, this country is so small and it caused so much fucking problems. It's nauseating. And so is Australia. Israel, it's so tiny. It's like, fuck, can you get it together? Like, get your neighborhood together.
Yeah, you guys went from being a penal colony to being a vaginal colony.
That's a good one.
Get it together.
Boom.
That was a terrible Australian.
It was.
Yeah, I just thought you were saying it.
The last thing you had was Crocodile Dundee, and
No, we had the synthesizer. What the fuck are you talking about?
synthesizer. Well, you get
Yeah.
badass drag racing cars. I will give you that.
Yeah.
They have Wizard of Oz, AC/DC, Crocodile Dundee, Steve
This-
Irwin, but
The,
now
syn-
he's
the synthesizer.
the
How'd you get that?
You mean
synthesizer.
like
Yeah.
on the keyboard, the synthesizer?
Yeah. It was invented by an
That's
Australian.
Let's
Yeah.
see
Awesome.
here. I'm looking that up.
Look it up. It's true.
I had no idea. That's an awesome thing.
That's one thing. Like a lot of great inventions come from Australia. Like, I guess novel inventions, not a whole bunch, but it's
Well,
yeah.
The music is good too, right?
It was. It's not
It's
anymore.
not now.
No,
I think
it went to shit.
Yeah.
It was only good when I was there. I'm not saying I made the good music. I'm just saying when I was there, they were making good music.
Are you still looking?
I got something here. Let's see. Now, it's Australians reporting what they've invented, so I say take that with, a grain of salt. We got the black box flight recorder, apparently.
Yep.
Oh wow!
Spray on skin.
We'll go back to the black box recorder real quick. John Benet Ramsey's family is tied to the black box.
Cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. The other thing that Australia discovered was Wi-Fi.
We got the electronic pacemaker.
I think you guys are just hacking all of our cool NSA stuff there. And
No,
Google-
we're all
Google
discovering
Maps.
this shit, dude. You know how they found out about Wi-Fi? It's when they were researching black holes, and they stumbled across sort of this frequency, from what I can remember. I'm probably getting it wrong. But you get what I
Right.
mean? So they, yeah.
Well, the
Google
Australian
Maps.
colleges and the British colleges are great. Like the real ones. So there is that.
Yeah, that's why the Asians come to Australian college.
We do have Wi-Fi
Taking over the
right there.
police too.
See? Wi-Fi technology
Well,
right
Wi-Fi,
there.
that's totally true. 92
Yeah.
is, damn, it's not even that old. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, go back up, Lucius. Look at
Back up to
Wi-Fi.
where we were?
No, to
Oh,
Wi-Fi number
Wi-Fi?
11.
Mm-hmm.
If you read Wi-Fi, it says it was discovered by John O'Sullivan, by the CSIRO, developed Wi-Fi technology.
Nice.
It doesn't
Did they
actually
kill him?
say. No, they didn't. It's the CSIRO. They probably gave him an award and didn't give him any of the profits.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude's got
Yeah,
to be
look at-
loaded.
When John and his colleagues at the CSIRO were originally looking for the faint echoes of black holes. There you go.
The fact that you know this just means that you've had to prove that Australia doesn't suck too many times. Too many times.
Well, there's this
Oh,
concept called one is called cultural cringe, the other is called gumnut cringe. And it's, for some reason, Australians are very embarrassed of their own country, or at least they used to. I never was. I thought it's kind of fun and kind of cool, kind of like, who gives a fuck kind of thing, which I really liked.
Mhm.
Right.
But that's just me. And so, I'd always want to find out about cool things Australians have done. So,
Well, I mean, y'all got some good ass minerals there too.
yeah,
That's
we got a
another
lot of
problem.
natural resources, but we end up
Yeah.
mining them and selling them to
Mm.
China. So,
Tank bread tuna.
Tank bread.
Tuna in a tank, man.
yeah, that's fish farming. Yeah.
Y'all have rivers there? That's a thing in Australia?
Yeah, we got, whole bunch. Like, Northern Australia has like a shit ton of water.
Yeah, yeah.
And
They're surrounded by water too, J Money.
I mean natural, like, drinkable water, like fresh water.
Potable
right?
water, yeah.
And the thing is, like, normally that water from Northern Australia is supposed to go down into Southern Australia and Adelaide, but obviously because a lot of farming industry is in Northern Australia, they tend to soak it all up. And also the Australian landscape is a lot. This is where you were actually right, J Money. Like a lot of Australian land is actually a lot more like a sponge than say other landscapes, and when it comes to water. And so, with it being a sponge, you can't really, if you draw too much water out, then the sponge gets dried up, and a dried sponge is a lot harder. It's a lot harder for it to retain and sort of soak up new water that comes in, and so.
Yeah. Well, one of the problems. So in the 50s to the 70s, it was global cooling, and all they've done is they've learned to market the solar cycle of the sun, and so during grand solar minimums, when the Earth gets hit. So when the Earth is at its weakest point, it's because the sun is at its weakest point. It's during a grand solar minimum. So if our magnetosphere is weak and then the sun fucking shoots off a solar flare and it hits us, we'll have earthquakes, solar eruptions, and destabilization to our electronic devices if they are sensitive. That's just that's in my brain. That's common shit. Like that's duh. If you get hit with particles from the fucking sun and your magnetosphere is weak because it's a fucking grand solar minimum, then of course you're going to have volcanic eruptions, melting Earth. That's what happens when the sun goes through its ebb and flow cycles. But what I was saying is they've learned to capitalize and market off of temperature variations and carbon emissions.
So wait, going back to the other thing. So what you're saying is, hopefully, my porn history will be wiped by the sun.
But you could just hit delete.
I would say that's more of a silver lining, like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's truly gone. It's truly gone.
Things like satellites and shit.
Yeah.
All it is just a particle's hitting something that's electronic.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Really
because what were they saying 20 years ago? Like that the Earth was going to warm and that the sea levels were going to rise, and here we are. Sea levels are still relatively the fucking same, motherfuckers. And what are they saying today? Oh, we got to save the environment. Earth's going to warm and sea levels are going to rise. That's what you were saying 20 years ago, motherfuckers. We got to wait another 20 years? What's going to happen in another 20 years?
They've learned to mask the argument. So if everything melts and everything gets warmer, there's more evaporation. So there's more liquid in the air. And then when the clouds get full, there's more flooding. What do we have? Why are the river basins so wide? Because they used to be that fucking wide, you retard. So, this is it's not that fucking hard to comprehend. But the news, the fucking. If I was an evil genius, this would be a wonderful thing to do, and you'd make so much fucking money off of it.
Oh yeah, well they do. So,
what did I just watch that was awesome,
dude? That's all they can do. Can you imagine getting a degree in climatology? Like, what opportunities await you? But if you make people think end of the world's right around the corner, 20 years, By the way, can you pay for my expedition out here where I get core samples from the ice and that's all I do? It's big, dude. It's huge. We got to know what happened, 200,000 years ago, so we don't fall into disaster tomorrow.
The how I look at it is when they started to make colleges a mass-produced thing like cars, is when it all went to shit. Because you don't need all these fucking nurses. You don't need them. You never needed them. But the administrative hires kept going up and up and up and up and up. While the technology got better and the need for people to do things gets less. From data entry to physically doing it. And now you're reaping... do you see what's happening right now?
Yeah, a bunch of useless people keep getting jobs.
Well, no, they're all getting fired now.
Oh, they are?
Well, there's There's less people in nursing homes. There's less people in hospitals overall.
Oh, all those people
Like
died.
in California, do you have packed hospitals anymore?
I didn't really check. I don't think so.
So I grew up in Virginia Beach specifically. I've been in car accidents my whole life. Every time I went to the ER on Friday or a Saturday or something, it was always fucking packed.
Dude, how many accidents have you been in where you can like say the day of the week and be like, man, yeah,
Well, you've never gone to the emergency room, never gone to the hospital with friends, any things like that. Like it's
I've
always
I,
on full moons
Well,
and
I have
Fridays
to
and Saturdays.
I have to
handful of
have
times,
friends.
dude.
You have a nurse as a girlfriend. My ex-wife is a fucking nurse. You know what?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's telling me about what's going on now. Like,
Yeah. Full
she,
moons, and Fridays and Saturdays, and sometimes Thursdays, and of
yeah,
course always on
whenever
a
people can
holiday.
do dumb shit, yeah,
Mhm.
like,
And go to hospitals now on a Friday or Saturday. There will be no one there.
Yeah.
There'll
I
be
feel
no
like
one
this is
there.
something you just do. Like, theaters are closed. Can't go to the amusement park. I'll just go. The hospital's always open. Let's go there and hang out. Let's go
Well, what
pick
it
up some
is
good stuff.
all of a sudden. So why isn't anyone going to the hospital anymore? Like, so what back then was making them go all the time, and 2 years later, you no longer need to go.
I
Like
don't know.
as a human society.
I feel like there's a lot of fact checking we need to do about the things you said tonight. A lot. we checked their California, Australia populations. You're solid on that. You did good. You did good on that.
And Wi-Fi.
But these grand plays on like hospitals are the emptiest they've ever been. Like,
They are. Hospitalizations are the lowest they've ever been. More people are missing their cancer treatment appointments and screening appointments for things like normal screenings that they would normally get. My daughter, who was on medication, her fucking appointments were on a phone. Like, so my daughter would go outside and sit in the back of her
is that
Jeep.
because of the COVID shit? Because it's like you have to be
and then once
tested
it's done,
and
they don't want you there anymore.
trash. Yeah,
Bro, it's all changing. It's all
dude,
changing.
It's automation.
my girlfriend, like from what she's telling me, is just like, so legit. You can only call out of like, or at least where she's at, you can only call out of your job like 5 times in a year. Like you're not allowed any other excuses than that. I think there are ones where like if you're sick or injured or something like that, you call out. Like there can be like an extended timeline, but she can only get 5 days where she calls out like in a whole year. And she like hit 3 or 4, and they like gave her a written notice or verbal warning or something. It's like, yeah, you only got like 1-2 left.
Yep.
To this date, and if you miss it, you're gone.
There is a mass firing and exodus of the administrative jobs in the United States. So you can Google right now administrative jobs from like 50s or 60s to 2000s and hit images, and I think you'll get the charts. But the administrative jobs, especially with the turning colleges into online colleges and just like straight up for-profit colleges where they will fucking sign anyone up, because when they sign you up, they get all of your tuition that you would get from the government and they keep it to themselves with the intention that you're probably going to drop out or you'll make it to the second semester, and then they keep your fucking money. And Phoenix University, there's so many colleges that they've closed in the United States because their vulture capitalist mentality towards. So it's honestly what happened is vulture capitalism has made its way into college institutions and has turned them into for-profit. Even Donald Trump tried to do it. Donald Trump tried to start his own fucking school. Yeah. And then after like 2 or 3 years, it went. But he didn't try to do what like Phoenix University and these other people do, where they're just literally because what so in the United States there's a law. Lucius, if you have student loan debt
Mhm.
that was given to you by the government,
Mhm.
if you ever hit Social Security, you will not fucking get your Social Security because you have student loan debt. And
Mhm.
that was one of the tools. That was one of the tools that they hid inside of laws. So when it went like from like the low 60s, and then they increased it again in like the 80s or 90s, and then so now you got to be like literally you're almost fucking 70 years old before you can get Social Security
Oh
now.
yeah, man, I'm not counting on getting it at all.
And so they
when
have
I get
literally
there,
they're fucking cutting off every route to the ability of you being able to get your hands on that trust fund that is your Social Security.
yeah.
It's sick, bro.
I mean, dude, I'm not even counting on it happening. I don't have student loan debt to the government, but I think that whole situation's fucked up. Anyways, is like
Yep.
the fact that basically these colleges are making out on this money, but it's on the backs of like the young. Like fuck up your entire financial situation to get a degree that won't promise you. I mean, honestly, anymore, I don't think they promise anything. If I were an employer, I wouldn't look at a college degree as something really all that like special. I know it's like a way to weed people out really easily. It's like, oh, 4 years of college, should you do it or not? But some of the people that I was most impressed with, like I've met in my life, are dropouts, man. Like they're just like, yeah, I spent a year or two in it, and I realized it wasn't for me, and I'm not blowing any more fucking money on it, and I'll do my own thing. Like they're the most resourceful or like just kind of like intelligent and engaging people I've met, and so I would probably like if I were like a headhunter, a job hunter, or one of these people hiring, like I would be looking for people like that, where it's like you don't necessarily have everything on paper. I would be very skeptical of anyone that did, like, okay.
Wait, I got a degree. What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you have a degree in?
Bachelor in animation.
Oh, that's totally different.
How much did that run you?
$0.
Oh yeah, where'd you go?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that online. Sorry.
Is it like around you? My daughter, when she was born, my Heather's dad got a Gerber college fund thing. So Emma he got a $10,000 Gerber fund when she was born, and now she's 17. So I imagine, because it's designed to increase with interest, so I imagine she has enough for at least 2 or 3 years of community college, because I imagine it'd be about 20,000 now. And then when Idris was born, my youngest, Heather's sister got her a $5,000 Gerber college fund. So I imagine it'll be lower, but they do have cool things like that. But what I want, like my, not to say my daughter, but welding, like jobs where you're physically
A trade.
Trade, or what do you call them? A civil servant, work for the state or the federal government. I love that. That's what I want my daughter to do, to work for the federal or the state government.
What? You want him to work for the man?
They are the like notoriously cushy jobs, like where it's like benefits out
Pension.
the yin yang. Yeah,
They're one of the few jobs left that have a guaranteed pension.
but that's all reliant on whether or not the money keeps rolling in and the economy does well. And
Oh yeah.
Also relying on whether or not society is still upright at the time.
Right.
Be like didn't Mel Gibson do whatchamacallit in Australia?
Yes, he did exactly what you call it.
Mad Max.
Mad Max, Port 1 and 2 in Australia, right?
Right, yeah.
Well, we're about to be there now. So
do you have
those are so bad. They're so bad. Watch them now.
Do you have your leather daddy outfit ready to go, J Money, for Mad Max?
I have my bunny suit.
You ready to be the
Why
Master
not?
Blaster, Germany? Gonna have a little midget on your shoulders,
Yeah, and I got to.
ordering you around.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. I pictured the guy from Austin Powers when you said that.
Master Blaster?
Vern
No, the
Troy.
little fucking midget.
You remember Master Blaster, right?
What is that? That sounds familiar.
You don't? Don't look it up. I'll just tell you.
Oh, Stevie Wonder. Oh, the song. I was thinking a comic book character or something.
No, Master Blaster
it's-
is from Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I mean, that's what I was just trying to say. Try and watch those two movies now, or at least the first one. God damn, we're so bad.
I love how you completely derail everything you talk about, dude. This is Master
same
Blaster.
Yeah, so the little guy is Master and the big guy is Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like the little guy's like the brains and the big guy's the brawn, and so Master tells Blaster what to do, and so they just called Master Blaster.
No, you
And
said
then I said, like
The
I had
song.
said earlier, try and watch them now. They're fucking horrible films.
No, they're still wonderful films, actually.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
So this is,
Thunderdome's probably like one of the best ones.
Oh, he died. It's a sad thing.
this is
Yeah, he
Vern,
died.
Vern Troyer, yeah. Struggling with the turkey, man. Got his turkey. Look at this face of struggle right here.
Wasn't he like a deformed midget or something?
Oh.
Did he really talk? Could he talk?
Dude,
Yes, he could, dude.
the sub is like his entire like stomach.
Did he talk in the movies? Because that's the only thing I ever seen him in.
I believe he
Famous.
has talked, yeah.
Yes. Adrian Curry has talked about him, where
Right.
like there was this one time where he's like trying to get over this curb.
Dude,
He's crossing the street trying to get over this curb, and he's like, "Ugh!" He's like struggling. He can't do it. And Adrian is like, do you need some help? Like she feels sorry for him because it's this most stupidest thing. Like something as simple as a curb that you and I would just like walk over. Like he has to struggle with, right? Which is just messed up.
I thought for a minute there, I'm like, dude, he really loves his Subway, but it's like the same. Somehow it's the same. Somebody fucking loved the shot, man. Dude, this would sell. He should have been a spokesperson.
No, Subway only hires pedophiles as spokespeople.
Do you believe in what do they call that when you look like something like I kind of always thought there's something off about that Jared guy, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't know what, but like
Yeah.
like you can just see crazy on people's face or like
Or Down
No.
syndrome, you know.
No, I mean you
Right.
see the look of someone and you like,
Yeah.
I guess make an assumption.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's like a name for it. I'm
So
gonna look it up.
I know, yeah, like back in the day, certain people like the eunuchs all look the same.
Yeah.
The homosexuals of because they would class them and make them dress certain ways. We should do that now.
That's so strange.
Eunuchs included.
Well, no, I mean you can tell a lot about a person by the way they can walk. There's a story in this book called The Animator Survival Kit, where the guy who wrote it, I think he was the animation director for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was talking about how he was he was driving in his car one day, and he saw this dude walking behind this wall. Like he only saw him from like the neck up, and he was walking along, and and this guy's like a trained animator, and he saw this guy walking, and he thought instantly, oh, that guy's gay. even though he's like singing from the neck up, but he could tell by the way he was walking. And so he went back to check, and he went and asked him, and sure enough, he was absolutely correct. And it was all about the way that he was carrying himself.
So it's
Yeah,
called
man.
physiognomy.
Physiognomy.
Let's look it up. Yeah, it's like facial features. Let's see.
Rainbow flag.
So let's see. The study of systematic correspondence of psychological characteristics to facial features or body structure.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's from Britannica.
You learn stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like Emotional Intelligence 2.0. That's a really good book. And the what is it, like the ECMY, the test where you do the personality tests. I feel like they always categorize themselves in a certain area too. In one of my old classes, we had two gay dudes, and they sure enough, this is speculation, but they were like, I was like a INTJY or some, I have no fucking clue, but the two gay dudes were precisely the exact same thing, which means they answered exactly the same way. And I feel like
Was it I Heart BJ?
but it goes in line with the walking thing. It has to. Like, there's more characteristic traits to be able to tell a gay man from a non-gay man.
yes. That way, it's easier for us to hunt them down.
Is this something that you're personally devoted to, J Money?
What was
Have
that,
you gotten into any trouble making the
hunt
wrong
down the
assumptions?
gays? That's all there says.
Well, actually, gay guys used to get the shit beat out of them in Australia. Like,
Oh
people-
shit! Okay,
guys,
recently.
yeah. No. This was probably 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, actually. Actually, probably 25, actually. But a while ago. But they used to be like massive homophobia in Australia back in like the 80s and 90s, where, if you were found out to be gay, like a bunch of the guys would like grab you and like take you out, behind the public toilets and just beat the fuck out of you, right? Like, what was it?
They pound that ass.
No, yeah, I knew you were gonna say that, but no, like there was this one, the lead singer for Silverchair, right?
Uh-huh.
I forget his name, but he wasn't gay or anything. Like he was a singer, he was an artist, but he had sort of this injury on his eye, and so he would wear like eyeliner to sort of hide it. And
Well, he had issues, like he was anorexic.
Yeah,
God,
and so for some reason, when he's like down at the local pub, the guys there would think, oh, it's a fucking pufter, right? Like, fuck this guy.
Daniel Johns,
that's the man. Brilliant fucking musician. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's like, wasn't he like 15 or something when they made it big, like with the everything,
yeah, and he was telling a story of like, like motherfuckers would grab him and try and drag him out to the public toilets, get ready to kick his ass, and it's crazy. So
yeah, I can see why. Well, I'm gonna share my
but he was
screen.
like married to Natalie Imbruglia, who's like
the
hottest chick in the fucking world, dude.
I just
One
thought
hit
about
wonder.
something.
Oh,
We should take that test. We should do that.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Well, not right now. Not right now.
He
We should
doesn't
do
want to be
that,
found out to be a I Heart BJ guy on the air. I'm just fucking with you.
Maybe.
But yeah, I can see where maybe somebody can make the stretch that he might be blowing.
But
deep.
it's just his facial features.
Well, left side here. This is him starting out grunge days,
yeah.
and then this over here, yeah.
But now he's a national treasure now. Like everyone loves him. So good on him, I'd say.
Righto.
What, you said you're tired? What is it, like 6 o'clock?
I'm an old man, okay?
Okay.
I would ask you how old, but you won't answer. So
Yeah. Well, I got to be careful what I say on the internet now.
Mhm.
So.
you're old enough to watch porn, and you're worried about your search histories and stuff.
No, that's just like the common joke, like when you're like laying there dying, and
You're
your
like,
friend says, "Is there anything I can do for you?" Like your last words are like, "Take my computer and delete the hard drive."
hmm
I don't want my family to find out what my search history has been.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that is something, man. Like, ah, shit. As you're going into the next world or the
Yeah.
darkness, you're like, fuck. She's gonna see I loved. I don't fucking know.
Gonna see all that crazy foot
porn.
porn that I was into.
Yeah. Fuck, they're gonna see my foot job search history.
Yeah. They're gonna think I'm a freak. Damn it.
I still have 10 tabs open on my fucking browser. Fuck.
Why did I make all these bookmarks of the fucking foot jumps?
Oh god.
I just wanted to save them for later for the
Can you imagine? I don't know. Like, to me, it's like some dedication. Like, you actually bookmarked the videos. Like,
well, sometimes you want to revisit the classics, I imagine.
yeah.
It's like, damn, that was a good foot video. Oh, because you don't want to lose it, right? You want to go back there.
Yeah. You got like a playlist, a little
playlist. It's like
you know,
top 10 hits.
do I shuffle it or do I just watch it in order?
It's like a mixtape.
Yeah. Boner Jams, 2003.
Boner Jams, yeah. Wank Jams, some shit.
All right.
All right,
Well, I'm kind of tapped
I'm
out,
fading.
guys.
So
Like
am I.
on this content. You got J Money could go all night, man. Like, this guy is like,
I know, he's got a
Alex Jones.
family and he's got all these skulls behind him. This dude could go
Just-
forever.
Start talking about some shit and end up talking about spongy earth and no, man, there's unlimited oil. You don't know.
There's like
There
this
is.
oil god that lives in the center of the earth and he just creates oil and he puts it into the crust
Not at all how it works.
for us to find. Hence infinite oil. He has magical oil powers where he converts things
The
to
human
oil.
species cannot use all of the Earth's oil.
Yet.
It's just not possible.
Yet.
So oil is like the semen of the earth, and
Yeah.
you got to let it retain for a while before you go back in there
but
and
did
start
you-
jerking it off furiously for some
But
more.
did you know that like men actually have a limit to their sperm count?
Like in lifetime limit or
Yeah, a lifetime limit. Yeah.
Well, I mean it's up it's like super fucking high. Like
Yeah,
eventually
but
everyone
there
runs
is a
out of
limit.
juice, man.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just saying.
But you can go out longer than a lady will. Like in terms of
Oh yeah, no,
being
I mean
able to-
it's great to be a guy.
Yeah.
It fucking rocks. That's why they hate us. So. They hate us because they ain't us.
anus, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, anything you guys want to put out there, plug and promote before I hit the end broadcast here?
So I got one page left for I think tie downs / inks for Forsaken Gods 2.
Oh wow, you're that far.
Yeah. So I think
Nice.
I'm gonna see if I can go to colors next. I think I might be able to.
You did your own
Streamline.
coloring last time, right?
Sort of. I hired a dude to do the flats, and then I just kind of like added stuff on top of it.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Alright.
it's coming along.
What about you, J Dollar?
I'm going to stream tomorrow.
Ooh, what's it gonna be
Yeah.
about?
I'm going to talk about Shane's book. I want to talk about Shotgun Samurai. The Matrix 4 trailer comes out tomorrow,
Oh, really?
and so I want to talk about that. And then one or two other things that I hope arise.
How woke do you think it will be?
I actually think it might be good, because I don't think the directors are ridiculous as they are on Twitter. Like, I still think they know how to make.
Wait, is it going back
movie.
to the Wachowskis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're super leftists. I
Mhm.
think it's like
Well, they're
they have,
both.
They're both
chicks
trans. Yeah.
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 But anyway, the trailer comes out tomorrow in the middle of the afternoon or in the early morning, and none of the Marvel stuff is entertaining. to Talk
I
about.
agree. I agree. It's kind of. I mean, what did you think of? What was the name of that one? It's not Immortals. What's it called?
Eternals.
Eternals.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Like the way they made their powers all stringy like and everything. It looks terrible. The characters didn't they recasted or picked 3 different characters. She's old as hell, and I don't know how the hell
Mhm.
she still looks like that.
She's doing all right.
Her and was it Howley? What's her name from the? She's really
Yeah.
pretty. She's old as hell.
Halle Berry?
No, this actress.
Oh, this is Carrie Ann Moss. I had to type in Trinity actress.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember her name.
But, I mean, she was like super fucking hot in the original Matrix. Like she had that that look, you know.
In the
And
original,
she was in her 50s in that movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she was like in
Yeah.
her 30s or 40s, I think.
yeah. By the time you get to like the third one, I was like, ugh.
No, she was still looking good.
She-
Looks. I mean, you know, she's
She had age on her.
she's aged okay.
You
She's
could
not-
do worse. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do worse. Yeah, like
Isn't
obviously
she almost
she's
70.
But I don't know. I don't know how she fits into Matrix, or even if they have plans to use her, because she
It
was
looks
pretty
like they're
dead
doing like a
on the last-
flashback. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
It looked like they're doing a flashback type
Ah.
thing with a young Morbius and shit.
Mm.
So like,
Right.
it's going to be Morbius.
Morpheus.
Yeah, Morpheus. Your red and blue pill. They're going to do. It looked like they're going to throw a little bit of that in there,
Morbius.
like his waking up. But I didn't like 2 and 3 at all. I
No.
like the anime shows that came out on the DVDs afterwards. They were pretty cool.
The Animatrix.
I think.
Yeah, the
I think.
Animatrix.
Well, the problem was with 2 and 3 was that they kind of padded it out. Like 2 and 3, you could have like cut it down and made just one film from both of them, combine them.
Yeah.
That was like the common. But I mean, there was some cool ideas in it. It's just by the third one, you could tell they were kind of like really trying to pad that shit out. So
Yeah. I didn't like it. And it's like they were going for just like certain action scenes. So like, how do you make the Matrix, which takes how many years? And you're like, hey man, do 2 and 3 right now.
yeah.
Like, you're like, whoa. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it. It's like,
Well, the other thing I heard was, I think it was around about that time because obviously the first one was a huge success. Wachowskis were like, "Hey, we're the Wachowskis. We don't have to listen to anybody."
mhm.
And I think that was part of the other problem. Like, remember that scene where it's like Trinity, Morpheus, and the Asian kung fu guy like get into the nightclub, and they're like doing this weird thing where they're pointing their guns and like circling around each other in the middle of the dance floor, like going through the crowd. I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? What are they doing? It's like,
Yeah,
so
I did.
bad. But then they made Speed Racer, and that movie was fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I never saw Speed Racer. I'll take
Dude,
your
you
word.
gotta watch it. It's really good. It's such a good movie. Yeah.
All right. Well, go watch J Money's show tomorrow, the Pre-Jack show. I would be on it, but I got other plans. But I intend on being a regular guest on it,
I tend to be a regular guest as well eventually.
just to like yank on the choke chain.
Yeah.
Around J Money, like, dude, what are you going on about here, man? Somebody's got to rein you in, sir.
Well, we'll keep it around 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All
when
right.
we discussed that. It ended up going 3.5 damn hours.
Oh yeah. Well, we were about to close that one out, and then like we just started watching Witten shake her ass on the Jack show, and the next thing we know, it's 3.5 hours of show, and it's like, yeah. Well, see you guys.
And I'll just be there as a foil for J Money,
Yes.
as I usually do.
You are like the yang to his yin.
Yes. It's my ridiculous sayings and colloquialisms.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, folks. Thanks if you dropped by or are picking us up on the rewatch. Until next time, take it easy. Stay fresh.